cleared all of the clutter out of my room, and it finally felt as though there was nothing left to clear. But as I glanced around my room one last time, I glimpsed a pair of stereo cables lying on the floor that my grandfather had made for me when he fixed my amplifier. When I asked him once if I could have his spare speakers, he of course told me yes. My grandfather never denied me anything I wanted. We couldn't find the right cables to connect them to the amplifier I had, so we cut and stripped some spare cables and twisted the wiry ends together. He was very good at fixing things. There I saw the cables he had made sitting on the floor of my room. After I had spent all day clearing things away, old notebooks, clothes I had outgrown, things I no longer needed. I thought that everything had finally been tossed until I saw the cables, and I stopped for a moment because I wanted very much to keep them, but I didn't have any use anymore for severed cables, and I knew that now was the time for me to throw away the things that for no reason I had decided to hang on to, and that really had no place in my life. This phase of my life deserves a clean room, a clear head, new goals, new habits, and a new direction. Soon I will be graduating, and already I can picture my new life. I picture a neat apartment where things are well kept in their proper place, only the things that I absolutely need and nothing else. I will wake up at 6 o'clock each morning, eat breakfast, make tea, clean my dishes, and leave plenty of time for my commute. At work, I will be focused, energetic, and collegial. I will make unique, meaningful contributions throughout my career, whatever it may be. In my artistic endeavors, I will always stay true to myself, and I will always persist no matter the outcome. I will be a devoted companion to my family and friends, keeping in touch with them regularly and helping them when in need. The life that awaits me is a life driven by goals and enlivened by achievements, where no endeavor is superfluous, and in such a life, one's room, too, must be clean and purposeful, keeping only what is essential. As I glance around again at the objects in my room, I notice how strange they appear to me now, like the severed cables lying on the floor that I later threw away. The memories I have attached to these objects seem very distant, and I am surprised now that they were moments of my life at all. As I struggle to piece them together, I always feel that something is missing, that a piece has been lost. In an empty room, there is space to breathe and think, as though voices long gone might echo finally, now that room has been made and space is hollowed out. We feel certain that we might hear them again if we try, but we wait silently in vain, because voices can only be heard, never remembered, and nothing is heard in an empty room. When I first entered this room 2 years ago, it was bare. I felt a need to fill it with things to fill my new life, now that I had a new room and a new beginning. But still, I couldn't help but fill it with things that were old, remnants of things long past, long forgotten, that I had no use for anymore, but that still I could not leave behind. On my wall, I hung pictures of moments so distant they seemed to depict strangers in a life long forgotten. But still, I found myself turning to these faces as if I had questions to ask, and still they seemed to look back at me knowingly, as if having all the answers, but needing to keep them secret. I have kept pictures of my family, of my parents' hands on my shoulder, the beach and gray ocean behind us, of my brother on his birthday, my arm cradling his neck, his cake on the table in front of us. In the picture I have of my grandfather, he holds my brother on his lap, his arms enfolding him tightly, tenderly. His cheek rests softly upon my brother's head, as it would each summer when, coming off the plane, we would embrace him and my grandmother finally, once again, after waiting all year. They would wait for us eagerly in the arrival hall of the airport, holding the camera, ready to take pictures after our cherished embraces. In this picture, his eyes look tenderly at the camera, at me, the same way as in years past and in years yet to come. This is the picture that I have of my grandfather, the one that hangs delicately on the wall of my room, just as it will hang long after my room is empty.